Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Magnum Opus. This is episode 3, and I'm just gonna start it off by introducing everyone. I'll start with myself. My name is Rina, and I'm playing as Munchies.
Come on, y'all.
Uh,
This is like the third time.
Is it?
It's you.
I'm Auntie. I'm Haley, and I'm playing Auntie P.
I'm Joel, and I'm playing Cadmus, the most charismatic thin blood ever in his mind.
And I'm Lou, and I'll be your storyteller this evening. Before we begin, I'd just like to ask if y'all are ready. You got your drinks, your snacks, your booties comfy for tonight's episode. Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, why don't we begin with setting the scene? We see the shadowed individual once again, much like our previous episodes, sitting in front of an oak desk. You see him fumbling around, not fumbling, rather playing around with a couple of instruments on the table itself. Some of them are playing cards, some are just pens and paper, or he's just organizing them. But we do see him sort of lean over to us as he begins writing a couple of things. Separation. The third gate. The alchemist rids from the elixir its impurities through evaporation and distillation until the material left is in its truest form. Welcome back to the show, folks. In case you missed it, our little pack of thin bloods made a few discoveries last episode. Trouble brews as they're caught in the middle of a shindig gone wrong. Sonia left them with the Alchemist cookbook, which she forgot to mention was stolen from a thin-blooded organization called Cronus. She also forgot to mention that she was supposed to deliver it to a gang called S16. With several red workers looking for this valuable item, I'm curious just what our coterie will do. Will they pawn it off to another unsuspecting group? Will they turn it in to Crazy Rick's crew, their new friends? Or maybe just keep the notebook and its powers for themselves. The scene then shifts over to where we left off last episode. The three of you got into Auntie P's vehicle and began driving away from the abandoned cargo ship where you guys had a few dealings with several of the red workers. As you guys make it out of the parking lot and onto the highway itself, going back to Chinatown, I'd like to ask if there's any conversation being had as you guys go home.
I think we just dodged a very massive missile right there.
I thought we were gonna get paid.
No, you don't want to get paid with these people, Cadmus. We don't want to owe them anything. They were lying. They were a bunch of liars, and we don't like liars.
So, should we be taking pro bono work? Wait, when you say those people, like I've got what does that mean? What do you say? What do you
Like-
do you mean when you say those people?
Like they're the new ones with Rick is they're just off. I don't know. How do
I
you
knew he
explain
was
this?
sus.
Yeah, he was very sus. He was lying straight out, like straight up to our faces.
How do we know he was lying though? I'm not saying he wasn't lying. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I tend to kind of miss if people are lying or not. But what did something happen to make you go, no, that was definitely a lie?
Because he was talking about, oh, it's just a short trip to get some drinks. And that's fine. I'm like, sure, it's a short trip, but my brain automatically, I guess, went to like the fact that they were talking about going to Milwaukee, and that's not a short trip, Cadmus.
The fact that they're trying to shove us in the back of unmarked black vans for a good look.
Oh, sorry, was it Milwaukee or Gary? I don't know. It's one of those places. I know it's out of town, and we don't want to leave the town yet, when we barely even just got here. So
was the short trip and unmarked vans signs of a liar? Because I made a deal and accepted payment with Flyboy. Is he someone we shouldn't be owing as well? I mean, not really owed. I gave him something. There was a transaction. It was business, but I promised to give him more stuff in exchange for similar things.
transaction is fine because there's a give or take. You know, like there's an actual thing that changed hands. But they were just using words, throwing around empty words like, hey, we'll give you this, but we don't get the payment up front, so we don't really know if they will pay, Cadmus. Like, what if
That's
we
fair.
give them the stuff and they're like, no, never mind, we're not gonna pay. Then,
That's why we have Auntie.
yeah.
Like, I mean, there's other reasons, the eggs, but I mean, primarily, like, yeah. Oh, that's fine.
The issue was the fact that we didn't know what kind of deal we were making. They were like, yeah, let's go to this place they're not really specifying why, who's going to be there. They were just incredibly sus. I think we're just going to rely on each other to check a situation. Do we all agree that it's safe to continue? Maybe one person, some of us are better at picking up on stuff than other people are. Work as a team.
I bet there's something in that book that I can brew up that'll make us be able to see dodgy shit like that.
Actually,
Guaranteed.
yeah. I'm quite annoyed because I don't like it when people lie to my face when I'm just trying to be friends and try to be helpful by doing transactions and ensuring that we got the economy going and trying to establish this whole thin blood society thing. Like, maybe there's something in the book that will force them to, I don't know, repent on their actions or think that their friends are doing something bad. I don't even know if that's possible.
I have no idea. We have a look. I mean, that's what it's there for.
Is it though? I thought it's just there to put a big red target on our backs.
It's only a target though if we're underprepared. We're super prepared. I mean, just means we don't have to go out looking for people. We could manage, if we manage to unlock what's in that book and really start cooking, we're gonna be in a really, really good position.
I mean, if it's
Goose.
causing us issues, we might as well use it to our advantage.
Exactly. I am 100% on board with cooking some cool stuff. Plus, I learned how to make that elevate stuff the other night, and the secret to it is my own coffee. So we're in a pretty
that's
cool
good.
spot.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Munchiez says as she rips open a bag of gummy worms and just starts eating it. It is stressing me out, man. We're supposed to just go out and deal with some people, not get kidnapped by Ricky
We
and
didn't
his
get
new
kidnapped
crew.
though. We're all
Almost.
good. We didn't, yeah, but we didn't. This whole unlife seems to be just full of almost. So you can't count almost. It's only you count what happens. Getting kidnapped's getting kidnapped. Doesn't matter whether you get kidnapped by an inch or a mile. Kidnapped's kidnapped.
What's our plan if we do ever get in that situation, though? Just
I mean, like, is the van still in, like, are we driven far enough that, like, we're far away the van, we can't see the van, or is it, like, still off in the distance behind us?
I imagine you guys have made it onto 90. It's the highway that connects from Cary, from Indiana to Chicago. And you guys have made a distance away from the abandoned cargo ship which you guys were on.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, like, I guess it really depends in the hierarchy of things, like crazy versus big. Like, we took out Big Papa. Is Big Papa harder than Crazy Rick? Because, like, I don't know, like, crazy doesn't really seem like that's not hard. Like, big is big. Crazy, like, means like a crazy person might try to kidnap you, but you, like, beating a big person, like, that's an achievement. We managed to do that, so I don't really like see what Rick can do. Plus, if he needs our knowledge and stuff, it's not like he can damage us.
The problem with people like Rick is that they're sneaky and smart. He knew likely that he wouldn't be able to take us in that situation. It's funny how he happened to have a full blood with him during that altercation, and he had backup. Big Papa's easy. They're dumb, they're big, they're easy to size up, but people like Crazy Rick, you don't know what they have up their sleeve, what they're planning, where they're planning on taking you to somewhere where they do have an advantage. The big ones are easy to deal with. It's the ones that aren't obvious. They're more
the
tricky.
sneaky ones.
The sneaky
The
Ricks.
sneaky Ricks. I
I
can't
mean, I'm
believe
just
it. I
saying,
thought,
like, I'm not that worried.
yeah, I thought he was just, disgusting and dumb, easy to, I don't know. He buys a lot of stuff from me, so that's.
Yeah, see what I mean? Plus, we had your auntie's knight in shining armor come and save us.
Oh yeah. Damn, Auntie. You get that. Is he coming by again? I mean, should we just
We could soundproof the room if you want.
yeah,
I
I can buy like a head canceling headphones and Cadmus can just probably
Okay, enough. Okay,
really loud music.
stop. You can stop now.
It's not what you said the other night, I bet. Yo. Cadmus will just kind of like reach out to fist bump Munchies as the car continues driving.
Yeah, Munchies will
Auntie fist bumps instead, but she does it a bit harder than a fist bump.
It is at this moment, as you fist bump Cadmus, that your phone rings, Munchies.
I'll answer. Hello?
Okay, as you take a look, it has the name of Auntie's son
Zach?
popping up on the display. Yep. So you pick it up. Okay.
I'll put it in loudspeaker if needed be.
Oh, hey, Ava. I was just can I talk to Mom?
Yep, here. And gives the well, I'll have it on loudspeaker because I think Auntie's driving at this point.
Hey, Mom.
Hey kiddo, what's up?
Yeah, I tried calling Sonia, but she's not picking up. I'm starting to get worried.
Maybe you should, we're heading home right now. Maybe you should stop by.
Yeah, I'm actually on the way home. I mean, you guys were looking for her, so I don't know. I kind of start thinking, and I don't really remember what the last conversation we had. Did something happen to her?
It would be better to explain when we get home. We found out some stuff.
Oh shit! Like, she's keeping a secret from us. Like, is she she like a secret like agent or something, like a stripper? Does she? I don't know why my mind kind of linked those two things at the same time, because I don't know, in the movies, like, you know, the secret agents kind of limelight as moonlight as like, you know, those obvious jobs that makes them not so obvious but rather actually subtle and smart. Like, I don't know, your unsuspecting barista, or like your taxi driver, you know, in the yellow cab in the middle of Los Angeles.
If she was a secret agent, we probably shouldn't talk about it over the phone.
Oh yeah, you see his. We pan the camera over to him, and we see him kind of make like he scrunches his nose, and his eyebrows kind of, you know, kind of wander up and down, like realizing what he's talking about. Oh shit. Yeah, no, she's definitely not a secret agent. No way. Sonia? Who? Sonia who? Sonia D's nut, and he hangs up.
That is my child. She continues to drive.
No, Munchies is like fixing her like lipstick. It's just like, I mean, I can see where you got it from. No, I'm just joking,
Strange thing to say.
Auntie. I mean, I've seen Auntie with Alonzo. Maybe that's also a thing. Were you like that when you were younger, Auntie?
When the question gets brought up about how Auntie was when she was younger, she kind of gets a serious look over her face and kind of looks out of the window and... No, I wasn't like that when I was younger.
I need the both of you, if you care, to roll wits and insight. Auntie doesn't really talk about her past too much. If anything, her history is a bit of a shrouded mystery. So, I'm gonna leave it up to Auntie to reveal whatever she can with Cadmus's 1 success and Munchiez's 5 successes. What do we find out? Or what insight does Munchiez get from those 5 successes? The way you're looking out the window, the way you're driving, the way you've just become very, very serious and stoic in this moment.
I think she'd see that there's definitely something. It doesn't seem to be a time that she looks back on fondly. There don't seem to be. It seems like she's taking an unintended trip down memory lane, but it's not a pleasant one. And there's a lot of pain and regret on her face as she thinks to that time in her life.
Cadmus doesn't notice anything.
My hand
Yeah,
still
with one.
hurts. That's all. I'm just sitting there, trying to piece together something witty retort about my hand hurting and pounding or something. He's staring out the window, still thinking.
No, Munchies will give Auntie a look of like, yeah, like I understand. Before like looking forward again, trying to fix her appearance, because if Auntie doesn't want to talk, she doesn't want to talk, and I'm not one to pry. Maybe later on, when it's affecting people.
Okay. So as the drive continues, and you guys get on 94 and eventually get off the Chinatown exit through Douglas, Auntie, I'd like you to roll wits and awareness.
Oh no. Can I also roll?
With 1 success, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. Perhaps you're too focused on the path moving forward. Maybe you're worried about Zach and what to tell him. Munchiez and Cadmus, you guys are, well, you took a turn to maybe get an insight to what Auntie's thinking. But in this moment, Auntie is stoic, as mentioned. Apart from what you picked up on, Munchiez, there's nothing else. You make it to Chinatown. You make it through the tight alleyways and, past the suburban housing and the commercial areas of Chinatown and into the more secluded apartment residential area. As you step outside of your vehicle, you would notice an elderly woman seemingly walking outside of your haven, your apartment building. See an old sort of she is familiar. You guys have seen her before. She has graying hair. She wears like a cowl over her head. She wears this maybe 80s, 70s, 60s style sort of clothing. And the way she carries herself is a bit with a little bit of a poise. And as she notices you all, her eyes kind of widen and eyes kind of directed at you, Cadmus, as she says, "Iwa, come here, boy."
Cadmus will kind of like look and be like, "No, I can run, is there?" Gonna just take his beanie off and be like, hello, yes, ma'am."
How many times do I have to tell you?
At least once more, I think.
Making such god awful smelling food. It's driving all of the tenants crazy.
I'm sorry, I must have left the eggs on again. There's an egg shortage around, and we had to supplement them as much as possible. I'm trying, I swear. I'm this close to perfecting the recipe, but
Whatever it is, you better stop at once.
I understand. We'll stop cooking. We'll stop cooking immediately. I'm sorry, Mrs. Burnett. I'm sorry. The guys will turn to the others and just be like,
her furrowed brows are focused completely on you, but as her eyes turn towards Auntie and Munchies, they soften quite a bit, and she takes a more gentle tone. "Well, hello, dear. How is your evening going? Hope Cadmus here isn't causing too much trouble."
Oh no, we're fine. We're fine. Oh, I do apologize for the smell. Is there anything we could do to help, though?
And she kind of gestures toward Cadmus, her hands kind of, pointed towards Munchies. "See? Considerate young woman. Should learn more from her, Mr. Cadmus."
I'm trying. That's why yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I will learn from Munchies.
"And you, dear. I hope the night is treating you well." And she looks towards you, Auntie.
It is, and hope you're having a pleasant evening. We'll make sure to keep the smells down to a minimum. Sorry for any disruption.
"That's not a problem, dear. But please, try to use more fragrant ingredients next time, not rotting eggs."
I agree.
You
I was
shush
thinking
you.
of putting a little thyme into my scrambled eggs. Maybe some rosemary.
Yes, some fine herbs will do just fine. If you'd like, I have a selection of my own herbs planted upstairs. Up in the
Oh, that would
garden,"
be
she says,
lovely.
gesturing towards literally right above your doorstep. It is kind of like this little balcony with a few potted plants there. Yes, if you ever find yourself in need of some fresh herbs, do ring, dear. I'm but a few steps away.
Thank you, that's very kind of you.
She just nods sagely towards Munchies and Auntie. But as she turns to Cadmus, she shakes her head. Young people nowadays, respect for the elders. And she hobbles off upstairs.
What did you
Shake his head and be
do?
like, old bat.
She really doesn't like you, huh? Specifically you, she doesn't like.
You're
It's one of
like,
those things. Genius is rarely appreciated. I'm pretty sure she saw me like hold an iPhone once, and
aw.
she claimed I was cyberbullying her and things like that. She's one of those people that, like, you know, when I showed her the Bunsen burner downstairs, I think the concept that I could create fire, she wanted to, you know, give me an exorcism or something. I don't know. My brain cells actively degrade speaking to her.
Hmm. Maybe she just doesn't understand science. But it's okay. Old people, technology. She sounds
She's
lovely
alright.
though.
Yeah, with barbecue sauce maybe.
Well, let's get in, Cadmus. Before we get yelled at. Or
Cameras
at
will
least
just
you
walk
get
in and
yelled
just
up.
sigh. Yeah. The idea of it's guaranteed it's fucking Susan up on the 3rd floor. The shit she puts in her food. Trash.
The three of you walk in past the green door. You notice that the door is kind of unlocked already. And you can imagine that Zach has just walked in as well. And lo and behold, as you push the door forward, you make it back to your makeshift living room, you would see Zach standing there. For the audience, what does Zach look like? Auntie P.
He is kind of wearing kind of grungy. He has like a black t-shirt, but it's like the arms have been cut off. And he's wearing kind of baggy pants, kind of like cargo pants, a bit like Auntie's, but a bit messier. He's wearing a lot of kind of necklaces and bracelets, like kind of leather ones, kind of collected from different places. He has kind of past shoulder, kind of dark, very dark brown / black hair. And some of it is kind of braided to have like he has some strands at the front that are like plaited. And he does have some, not as many as Auntie, but he does have some tattoos across his arms. And kind of dark brown eyes. And is reasonably tall, about 5'8", 5'8", something like that.
Okay. The three of you would see him standing in the middle of the living room, about to throw himself onto the nearby couch. But as you kind of walk in, he, instead of like coolly falling onto the couch, he is startled and he kind of just falls on the couch itself as he says, "Whoa, shit, you scared the hell out of me." Hey, Mom.
Hey, have you eaten?
No, but I can smell your eggs. It's smells really good.
I'll make some more. And she immediately goes to the kitchen and starts like making some eggs.
Can you mix in a little bit of the red powder that the cayenne pepper that Sonia brought? That tastes really good.
We'll see.
Fairly certain that Pepper just got scolded outside. I'm just saying.
Hey, what's up, Cadmus? How's it going, man?
Yo, what's cracking, homie?
Homie.
Eggs are cracking. It's been a long night.
Long night. Okay. What's up, Munchies? He says with a kind of a cool nod.
The Munchies is barely like it, like, you know, she's on her phone trying to text, send messages to Sunny, and then looks towards Zach, realizing that he's there, going like, "Hi, oh," and then just takes a seat towards like at the table.
Okay, you guys' vibe is really something someone eat like bad food or something? He whispers to you, Cadmus.
I mean, like somewhere probably. But do you mean in here? Cadmus is kind of distracted. He's kind of sat down and he's flicking through the book. Like,
No, like, come on. It looks like someone has like a bad stomach ache or something. You guys look, I don't know, the vibe's off, man.
I know that sounds like a mum conversation.
Yeah, definitely is a mom conversation.
What? Wait, does this have something to do with Dad?
No. And she's like plating up the eggs and kind of puts them in front of him. We found out what happened to Sonia. And she kind of like rounds the table and kind of stands next to him and kind of puts an arm around his shoulders. She is dead.
You see this sad moment pass through him. Not to him, but through him. You feel his vibe, as you would call it, be completely killed, much like Sonia. As he slumps his shoulders and he stares at that plate of eggs you just served. You're kidding. Tell me you're kidding, Mom. Right, you're joking.
I'm sorry, kiddo.
His head falls back down, drooping. He stands up, still head towards the floor. And he begins walking towards his room, quietly.
I'll make like give a look towards Auntie, like, you want me to, or just leave it?
Give him some time.
I didn't realize they were that close. It's unfortunate.
They're
I
probably
think he had a bit of a soft spot for her.
or they were already in talking stage, kind of thing.
I just kind of shake his head and just keep flicking through the book.
Cadmus completely oblivious.
Yeah. Just weird to have a soft spot for. I mean, like, if it's any slight consolation, I mean, if he's, still kid walking around in the sun and she was who she was, if it went any further, it probably would end up in a worse position. Silver lining, I guess. Unfortunate one, but still there.
That kind of makes me sad in a way. Like, you should. Come on, Cadmus.
So, maybe too soon.
Auntie kind of sits down and starts picking at the eggs that she made. This is exactly the life that I wanted to get him away from.
That's what I was saying. Like, don't want to get him further entrenched in it. It's probably like, let's find out. Maybe that's positive thoughts, I guess. This, you kind of show the book. Like, this is what's up. I mean, this is what everyone's looking for. once this is all sorted out and everything's gone and we're all safe, maybe we can have like a, I don't know, a cook-up or something for like your sort of cook-up, not my sort of cook-up, in remembrance.
Yeah, sure, that would be nice.
Cadmus, as you flip through the Alchemist cookbook, is there anything in particular you're looking for? Are you just having a look, or are you kind of trying to learn any of these recipes in this moment?
Kind of flipping through, like there's a lot of it that still doesn't make sense. Trying to see if there's like, what I'm specifically looking for is something that maybe relates to like, well, if we just apparently nearly got kidnapped and Cadmus still isn't really fully across how we nearly got kidnapped, so he's trying to see if he can find something that'll sort of either like it relates to seeing people's intentions or connections. He's kind of trying to see if he can catch any sort of like, I know it's not really like it's not just plain text written, so he's just trying to see if he can find something that references something along those lines.
Okay, I'd like you to roll intelligence and occult. Munchies, what are you doing in this moment?
Probably sit down next to Cadmus while he's flipping through, because like trying to, as he's flipping through, like telling Cadmus as well, like, hey, like anything conscience wise make them feel bad about their friends. And then like while Auntie's picking on the food, just like slowly grabbing the edge of the plate and then like slowly pulling it towards me while looking at like Auntie, waiting for her reaction.
Yeah, at a certain point, Auntie just kind of puts the fork in the eggs and finishes sliding it over to you. Hasn't eaten any of it.
Oh, lit. I start eating it. This is stressful, man. This is stressful.
What did one egg, as that Cadmus is flipping through, what did one egg say to the other egg?
What?
Lit. And then Cadmus will do a quick like,
Oh, good.
That's right. No, in terms of like, I haven't found anything specifically calling out to making you feel bad about your friends, other than not drinking their coffee and not laughing at their jokes. But I can keep looking further in, I guess.
Cadmus, with those 4 successes, you can tell that this, as mentioned in the previous episodes, has a plethora of knowledge that only one could dream of. You would recall the information you guys found out earlier this evening at the abandoned cargo ship, that this isn't just one recipe that was stolen. This is an entire book from an organization called Cronus. You don't know anything about Cronus, but you're sure as hell know that they want this particular thing, or maybe it belongs to them. The specifics aren't really all there on the table for you. As you flip through this book with those 4 successes, you see a few recipes that could be useful to you. I'll actually name a few out just for you, kids. Just for you. So, you would know that the very first thing that calls out to you is the recipe for Elevate. It's the drug, the sangria, the foundation of the sangria which you partook in the previous evening. You'd see that there is a recipe for what's called magic ink, or just magic ink. Another one that you could see is called Haze, and the other one is called Far Reach. But as you come across all of these recipes, you would find called Blue State, find one that's called Vitae MSG. There is one particular thing that really, really catches your interest, and that was what was mentioned in the first episode. The old parchment paper that's seemingly glued on to this alchemist cookbook. Looks like it doesn't belong here, and it's stained in red crimson blood that's been dried up. You don't know how old this piece of parchment is, but there are alchemical formulas in there that you have no idea what to make of, especially with your level of thin blood alchemy. But what you do see is a clear ingredient on that page itself is Elder Vitae. Or
Yo.
specifically, it says the blood of an elder.
There is some intense shit in this book. There's some serious reading. Like, I mean, I can see why the people up top aren't really too keen on anyone getting their hands on this.
Like,
I don't know fully yet, but I mean, like, one of the ingredients is pretty much them, and I'm pretty sure if someone was like running around with a recipe on how to make Munchies dumplings, you wouldn't be too keen on it.
I bet I would taste good. Wait, I shouldn't
You
say
would taste
that.
good, probably.
Probably. I don't want to get eaten though.
That's fair. I don't think many people do. Some, but
Unless that's their kink, you know.
Yeah, that's their thing. That's their thing. People do what they do. Kind of throws an awkward look at Auntie, like, but it's all good. Yeah, but like, I can see why there's some recipes in here for some crazy stuff, like real crazy stuff. But like, what's cool is I'm pretty sure that for the most part, I can probably make most of it. But I'm gonna have to. There's gonna be some hard work going into this. I'm gonna need a lot of coffee.
Maybe I should also learn, like, stuff. That'll be
While
good.
you guys are doing that, I've got some errands to run. So I'll be back.
No worries.
Yeah, that's fine. And then Munchies will turn towards Cadmus and then like just barely whisper, say, you know, errands, Alonzo stuff, probably.
Oh, what do we do
You
if he
could
comes
hear
out?
this, by the way. As you walk away, you can hear them whispering.
She doesn't address. She pretends she can't hear it.
What do we do if he comes out? Do you want us to is there anything you want us to specifically tell him?
Just tell him I asked him to stay at home for now. I'll be back.
No worries.
All good.
As
Keep
Auntie
an eye,
walks
can
away.
you keep an eye on him
fun.
for me? Thanks.
Sure. We gotta make you feel like you're gonna be like you're gonna be dominant. Like you'll be like, sit, stay. She told you to stay. God, I hope he doesn't come out. I really don't want him to come out.
It's all good, Cadmus. It's all good. I got this, Auntie. It's
Oh, okay,
Auntie's
cool.
holiday.
Thank God.
Thanks, Ava.
This shit's stressful.
Okay. Auntie, you make your way out, and may I ask, what is her intention? What is she doing? What are these errands you're going to run?
The first thing she needs to do is she needs to go to a less reputable part of town because she's hungry.
So you're gonna feed. Okay. What hunger are you at, just out of curiosity?
3.
3 hunger. Okay. As you step outside, you know that you can feed in Chinatown. I mean, you've fed here before, but is there anywhere in particular that you'd like to go to? Talking about more decrepit, more states of disrepair.
Yeah, somewhere where there's going to be what Auntie considers criminals that are also bad people. Because she knows there are people that are criminals who don't have a choice, and then there are criminals that do it because they're terrible people. She's looking for the arseholes, basically. The ones that are in it because it's fun.
Okay. So, you had you got into your car and you head a little ways south, not too far away, I imagine, from Chinatown. Maybe in the more, the more isolated areas nearby you, where you can tell that there's maybe homeless people roaming, or maybe some gang members that are, spread out across. People of maybe your that are in your food palette. Would you like to make a roll here to see just how well you find these individuals? Go ahead and roll another wits and wits and investigation, since you're specifically looking for hooligans, some miscreants. Mind you, it's not too late in the evening, maybe just a little shy of midnight. 2 successes, okay. You leave Chinatown and you head towards Douglas. It doesn't take you long to find maybe some runoffs here and there nearby the train tracks. Some youngins, perhaps, that are maybe in their early 20s, mid 20s, that have fallen into this lifestyle of criminality and mugging people. Perhaps you actually witnessed one of these events, as one of these thugs run off towards your direction. With those 2 successes, this gives you an opportunity to catch him. Would you like to make a feeding, or rather a roll to catch this guy?
Yeah.
Okay, strength and brawl. And just out of curiosity, are you going to be using potence in this moment? You are muted.
The only potence she has is what's it called? Lethal body. So no, she's just gonna, although she has a specialty for dealing with humans, so she'd add that to it as well. So yeah, she's just gonna grab hold of him.
Okay, so I'd like you to make a strength and brawl roll just to see how well you catch this man's. Two successes.
We'll power that.
Okay. You activate your lethal body, right? 3 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this isn't enough for you to catch this person. However, with your lethal body, instead of grabbing onto him, you latch onto his arm and you activate your potence. As this happens, your preternatural strength comes out and you crush his arm, dealing 3 aggravated damage immediately. As you latch onto him, it kind of almost rips off the hinges of his shoulder and he falls to the ground screaming. What do you do?
She immediately jumps on top of him and like clamps her hand over his mouth to like muffle the screaming.
And you feed? How much blood do you take?
2.
Okay. You may go ahead and slake 2 points of hunger from your sheet. And as you finish up, the man is still, well, injured as hell. You let the wound close. What do you do?
She's gonna knock him out so he stops screaming.
You just, deck him in the face? God. Okay. Easy enough. With your lethal body activated, you were already feeding on him. If you wanted to kill him, you could have just snapped his neck. But you'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and she'll search him, see if she can find like a wallet or anything that he had. Take anything of value, any cash, watches, rings, anything like that.
He dropped a little wallet that you can tell that's why he was running away from that individual, from the direction he was coming from. You can see that he has a wallet in his hand. He had a wallet in his hand. It was dropped nearby you, and it was from some dude that lived nearby, or that lives nearby. You look around and you see that individual is nowhere to be found.
Okay, then she'll just, obviously she won't take any cards or anything traceable. She'll just take any cash or anything. Basically taking anything of value from him so it looks like he was mugged. Like someone roughed him up to take what he had. Classic street stuff, right?
Take a couple 20s from this, and actually it's not even a couple 20s, a couple bucks actually from his pocket, and some cigarettes in his pocket, and walk away. Do you make your way back to Chinatown, or is there anything else you'd like to do while you're away?
One more stop.
Okay.
She's gonna go and see if she can find Warren.
Interesting. Okay. Before you do that, I'd like you to roll wits and awareness once again, one more time. Okay, with those 3 successes, you notice as you're finished feeding, in the corner of your eye, a vehicle seemingly circle around this little park you found yourself in. A black van. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Back at the Haven, Ava and Cadmus, is there anything in particular you're doing?
Cadmus is going to start probably trying to cook up some more Elevate, just because he didn't do that well at it last time, unfortunately. So I'll flick through as well and be like, what was that? What was the name? What did you want to learn? Munchies? What was it you were trying to figure out?
Something about making people guilty? Is there anything like that
Guilty.
there?
Let me
I don't even know
see
if
what I
that's
can
even
find.
possible.
Because I found Blue State, didn't I? The recipe for Blue State. Is that right? Gonna flick open the book, and very dramatically pull out his glasses, and be like, well. There is one, I think. It's called Blue
Oh.
State, which I'm not really sure. Well, I mean, you wanted them to feel sad. Blue State, I guess it sort of makes sense. We're gonna make this. I mean, it doesn't look that hard. We need blood, some more blood, a different type of blood. We need someone sad, which makes sense if you can make someone sad. We need cobalt, which is, I mean, I guess you need actual blue stuff. So you need like metaphysical blue and actual blue.
So it literally is blue. Blue
Yeah,
state.
blue. The bluest state ever, which is kind of weird because with a
Well,
name
that-
like Blue State, you feel like it'd be some sort of political thing. But
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if that'll make my blood turn blue as well. If I ate the ingredients.
That's true.
Oh,
that's
blue
kinda
blood.
weird.
Literal blue blood. Oh!
Yeah, actually, wait. If you eat this stuff and then someone tries to snack on you, do they get the same high that you got?
Oh,
that a
yeah, dude. No, man. Maybe we should
That's
try
kinda
it.
weird.
Kind of weird. I don't want to be eaten, but at the same time, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on around you being eaten lately. This has been a weird day of conversations. Let's get away from this. I'm done with talking about eating people. But I reckon I could either like I can make this, or you could probably. I don't think cobalt is cobalt toxic normally. Does cobalt affect us? You could probably eat cobalt, right?
Oh, I'd eat
mean, you can eat
anything.
blood.
It's fine. Yeah,
I'll
it's
eat
fine.
anything.
I'll eat anything. It's fine.
All right, well,
I mean,
shit.
I'll probably learn this. Like, can you write
Yeah,
down
I'll
the
ask-
ingredients?
I can write that down. That's pretty much well, just blood, and cobalt. That should be easy.
Like blood,
The
blue, but everything blue. Blue.
Yeah. Do blue crayons have cobalt in them? I don't know. I'll look that up
That's
later.
an ingredient in blue crayon?
I don't
That's
know.
insane.
It might be. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it could be.
Now I have
But
to find blue
Cadmus will write
cobalt
down.
and find somebody to test it on.
Sure. You can pick someone. Just be like, I'm gonna make someone real sad.
Yeah, they tried to eat me, and I'll just make them sad.
I'd like to say as this, there is someone very sad nearby in this household.
Does he have cobalt in him?
Uh,
Yo, you should like. Cadmus is gonna write while looking up what has cobalt. Be like, okay, eyeshadow has cobalt. You wear makeup. That's a
Yeah,
thing you
well,
do.
actually, yeah, let's
Yeah, like
see.
there's a lot of
Hold
eyeshadow
on.
that has cobalt. You're gonna have to lick the eye. Like, oh, well, okay. Let's source the blood first before you start licking random things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can.
Uh,
I don't know if Auntie would appreciate it if I bite or ask for blood from her son. No, that is terrifying, man.
Yeah, that's probably not a good one.
I mean, I could just probably find a bloke outside and then make them sad by rejecting them, and then
Yeah.
saying like, "Ah,
it's
it's."
like, hey, you want a chance with some of this? Yeah, then do. So you need you need phlegmatic as well as melancholic there. So we got like we get
Two
sad
different
pants around the corner.
types.
That's what I'm saying. It's blood and more blood. So we got sad
Huh.
pants. That's sorted. You know, like espresso depresso. That's fine. We need
Yeah.
someone who's lazy, apathetic, besides me.
I
sense-
mean, no, you're not
sentimental.
apathetic enough. It says mortal blood. Mortal blood.
Yeah, that's true. Someone's sad. We got that. I mean, like,
I can go to a cemetery, like a funeral or something. Just crash a funeral and then just start.
yeah, but
I
who's
don't know.
lazy at a funeral?
Oh, that's true.
You could
Nobody's
go like,
lazy
yo,
there.
maybe like one of the slots, like the slots arcades or something like that. Like there'll be lazy security guards. People will be losing stuff. Like they'll be really, really sad. I'm sure. I have no doubt there's some shit that I need to pick up that I could find in a casino as well. Like, it'd be cool. We could go on an outing. We could have some fun.
I mean, we could probably
leave before.
either that or just go to a supplier, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Do we know anybody
Yeah.
selling blood? I'm pretty sure no one.
Surely, like blood's like the most common thing that people sell. Like I've sold blood before. Everyone's selling blood. Everyone and their mum sells blood.
That is true. Now let me see if Zach's out.
I'm gonna go into my room while you do that. You know what? Maybe I am apathetic. I don't know. But anyway, I'll go research what I need. I'll be back. You let me know when the crying and the emotions done.
Yep, and then I'll eat my makeup. It's all good. It's all good. It's just the
It's
one
all good.
eyeshadow palette's fine.
Okay, so Munchie, you make your way to Zach's room.
Yeah, just knock on the door.
Okay. As you make your way through the hallway, the short hallway, you can hear very faint music playing inside his room. Door is shut right now, and as you knock, you don't get a response, though you do hear Blink 182 from behind that door.
Hey Zach, are you good? Can I like walk in? Come in?
You don't get a response.
No. Well, he's not responding. Just walk away.
You'd know that he'd welcome you. Actually, you're welcome to his room at any time since y'all live under the same roof. But it's up to you if you want to walk in, or you respect his privacy.
No, we're roughly the same age, which is like, ugh, this guy. No, I'll knock and say, well, I'm coming in, so if you're like not decent, and then just loudly jiggle the doorknob because of previous interactions, probably, and open the
Okay.
door.
As you open the door, you're surprised to see that it's not. He's decent. He's dressed up, but he's not exactly in his cheerful mood. He's sat on his bed. His legs are kind of hanging loosely from the edge of it. His head is down. You see that in his hand is a few photos. Actual photos, not from his phone, but actually printed photos in his hand. As you come closer, you would see that the images look like Zach and a purple-haired woman.
Yeah, I already guessed that they were close because I like Sonia talks a lot, and he also talks a lot, and that's true. But Munchie closes the door softly and then walks towards the bed, sitting down next to it, next to him, and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry. I know the two of you were really, really close."
He offers you no response. You can see the tears welling up in his eyes, and he's trying his best to hold it together, especially that you're in the room.
It's not shameful to cry, you know. I'm here. I also. And just let it hang there because she doesn't know what to say because she is also close with Sonia, and it's like losing a friend is really, really hard.
Underneath the photos in his hand, you can see that tucked away in between his two fingers is a neatly rolled joint with a rather red tint to that paper. He slowly pulls it away from his finger and he pinches it in between his other hand, his two fingers of his other hand, and he gestures for you to take it.
Munchies will just take it, I guess. We're gonna share anyway. Puts it between her her lips and then just wait for him to use the slider to.
Yeah. Flicks a lighter, a purple cased lighter, and he lights up the joint for you. As you take a deep hit from it, Munchies, you are once again feeling the effects of the substance of which you ingested the other night. You know that this weed, this joint, is laced with Elevate, and your senses awaken right now. You feel sharper. Even though you're feeling a little sad, you feel sharp as a knife, and you feel like you can move quicker than you should. As this opens up to you, for the remainder of the scene, you will have a +1 bonus to your dexterity rolls.
I am. Yeah, Munchies will take that hit and go, oof. Then pass it to Zach. Damn.
But he smokes it and he simply says, "This is the last thing she ever gave me."
Yeah. What was the last interaction you had with her?
It wouldn't be very gentlemanly of me to talk about it.
No, I can make a guess. Okay, you don't have to talk about it. It's fine.
Takes a deep hit from it. As this is happening, Cadmus, what kind of research are you doing?
I'm looking for something that can identify. Well, there's quite a few recipes I reckon that could help, but I'm looking for something that next time, obviously, seeing as I keep getting told that we nearly got kidnapped, which I mean, I still think it's personally up for academic discussion. It wasn't a kidnapping. It was a motivated employment opportunity. But to avoid any further motivated employment opportunities, something that might like identify that if I'm talking to people, if they've got some sort of common connection, as opposed to if they're lying and saying they've just met each other.
Okay, so you're just trying to figure that out.
I know there's all these other recipes, but that's the one I'm honing in on at the moment. Because next time we go out again, like I might get kidnapped again. Who knows? Like the guy who I catch an Uber from to go down and get some snacks could just be driving me to Gary and being like, "You're working for me now." And to be honest, I probably would let him. So we make sure it doesn't happen again.
All right. Intelligence and academics, please. Do you have any specialties in academics?
I do. I have a specialty, but I have one dot in academics with the specialty specifically towards alchemical formula and Latin.
Okay.
So I'm in
Easy.
Olsetti spaghetti.
Would you like to rouse the blood to increase your dice pool? Never mind. You don't
probably
look
should
like
have,
you
but-
need it.
Oh, good. I can't see what my roll is yet, so I'm glad.
Well, you rolled a critical success, a messy critical at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 successes. Okay. So, Cadmus, as you flip through the pages once again, and you hone in on that particular old sheet of papyrus kind of like attached to this book, you figure out quickly that this does, as mentioned earlier, it does not belong here. Matter of fact, it's old, almost bordering on ancient magic, or not magic, alchemy here. But why does it need Elder Vita? You ask this to yourself. Why does it need these indecipherable ingredients? And as you look, you peer further and further in through the Latin and through the arithmetic that's attached, written with this formula, this recipe, you get a sense that this isn't just some cookbook. Sorry, not some recipe from a cookbook. This isn't some, something you just mix along with a hobbled amount of ingredients and make you maybe elevate, or the next haze, or the next envelop. No, this is something else. In Latin, there is a little passage at the very bottom right-hand side of that sheet that clearly reads, surpassing limits. And because you have 6 successes, one more thing you notice. Ascension.
That's some real heavy shit. Cadmus will say to himself and kind of just like light up a cigarette and just be like, damn. I could do that, I reckon. I definitely think I could do that.
And I imagine that for the remainder of, the scene, he's just flipping, trying to make whatever he can from the book, from this particular sheet of paper. Also, with those 6 successes, I'd like you to roll a 1d10 to see what kind of compulsion you take here. But as of right now, that's all you know, and that it needs Elder Vitae to fuel whatever this concoction is.
Got an 8.
What'd you get? 8. Okay, let's see what compulsion you fall under. Paranoia. Okay, I think it might be a little fitting here. As you read those words in Latin and you decipher them using your prior knowledge, thoughts come to your mind. Thoughts about what this formula could entail. Why does it need Elder Blood? The mention of Elder Vitae is already scary. But this is where it all comes together for you. Perhaps this idea of ascension and surpassing one's limits is why the other groups want it so much. Mind you, she stole this from Cronus. and she was supposed to deliver it to S16. With both of these groups involved looking for this formula or this cookbook, he might be next on the list of getting offed.
Shit, I just googled what has cobalt in it as well. And if they're watching my computer, they know that we're going to go looking for cobalt. And if Munchies starts using Blue State, they're going to know that we had the book, because the book has cobalt in it. Shit. I'm just going to like rub his forehead and be like, I have to go into the dark bedroom and tell her not to lick it. Alright. Game face. Cadmus is going to leave his bedroom and go knock on the bedroom with the very depressing music coming out of it door. It's kind of like, hey, everyone, anyone in there?
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Just kidding. So before that happens, the camera bounces back to Auntie P across Chinatown, and it lands upon you as you get in the vehicle. As you begin driving, you notice that black van once again circling that park you were in. Auntie, what do you do?
The thought of beating up Crazy Rick is extremely appealing. But she also doesn't want to bring them directly to other things personal to her. So I imagine as the van is following her, she kind of like spins around and pulls out in front of it. So she's like sideways, and the van's pointing at her, and she just gets out.
Okay.
And goes and knocks on the driver's window.
All right. There is no response from them. As you can see, the windows are tinted and you can see the movement inside, but they don't seem to be doing anything. A few moments pass. I imagine you're waiting there impatiently, knocking a few more times before they reverse out of the area. Unless you stop them, they will continue doing so.
Sensible choice. Gets back in her car, continues driving to where she's headed. If they want to follow her there, they're brave.
Okay. And where is Warren Fox? Do you know where his crew hangs out, or are you just making a guess rather?
Unfortunately, I imagine she keeps tabs on where he is, as they do communicate about their son. But I imagine she's going to need to go into El Diablo territory.
Okay. I imagine you know the last location, relatively, where him and his crew stayed. And it's not too far. Actually, it is kind of far. So I'm going to leave it up to you, because the last time you guys spoke, you would know that their area is around Brighton Park. It's a ways away from where you are currently. So if you'd like to make a trip there, you're more than welcome to. But I'll have to let you know that you are separating from the group in this moment, because you're driving a little too far.
Yep, they might have information, and she wants to. It's better to take the trip now before we get too deep into things than when we're at a point where she wouldn't feel that it's safe to leave them for any long period of time. So she wants to try and get in and get intel what she can now and then get back before things get too crazy.
Okay. So you drive westward, southwest from your location, and you try to make it to Brighton Park. Okay. A lot of things going on at once here, but the camera then pans away towards Munchiez and Cadmus as Auntie makes that decision. Cadmus, you enter the room playing Blink 182, and you find Munchiez and Zach on his bed smoking a red joint. The scent of both marijuana and vitae is pungent in the air.
Cool. So, don't want to interrupt. Not here to bash the mellow or anything, but just that thing we spoke about earlier, Munchies, with the colored stuff and the licking.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we might, just for a little bit, could be something we want to hold off on telling anyone we know how to do. Just because I realized that if someone's looking for that thing that we have, and then we start making stuff from that thing, then they might put two and two together and realize that we have that thing. If I'm making sense.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to learn it, and
Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank God.
I'm not gonna make it right now. It's kind of hard to find.
I
someone
thought just because,
sad
yeah, well, no,
and
because
lazy.
we said we needed to find the blood of a sad person. Kind of gesture to like she's sitting next to you and just be like, I mean, like I didn't think you were gonna take his blood, but I figured, like, yeah, of course. Thank God. You kind of turn and be like, yeah, man, it's real bummer she's gone. Sorry. Do you kind of like pat him on the shoulder and be like, you okay? You doing all right?
He wordlessly passes over the joint to you.
No, thanks, man. Yeah, just sit there and smirk and just be like, cool.
Cadmus, as you take a big hit of it, or a casual big hit, your eyes kind of sharpen, and you feel like everything around you is light. About you is light. Your body feels like you're ready. Maybe adrenaline is kicking in right now, but you feel like you could run 100 miles and not be tired. For the remainder of the scene, you will get a +1 to your dexterity rolls.
Yo, does this shit have epinephrine in it? Like, where did you get this? This is amazing. How are you? Like, surely you should be listening to something more upbeat than this.
It's from Sonya, dude.
He starts crying as you mention Sonya.
Yeah, Munchies will
ugly
give him a
crying.
hug. It's just no, they're
dude.
there. It's okay.
I get it. And kind of, he'll take a really, like, deep, like, hit of it and be like, no, I get it. Shit. Like, damn, I didn't even know she could cook this good. Do you think this has got a drain
He's
of
crying even further, like harder.
Munchies is
like
just
snot
like
coming out of his nose, and like he's trying to save the photos he has on the bed because he's moving it away from the tears that's like streaming down his face and the snot that's like gooing out of his nose.
Yeah, Munchies will bring out like I don't know, grab a nearby shirt that he has and give it to him so he can blow his nose. But at the same time, turn to Cadmus and say, like, are you guys hungry or something? I am gonna make like a burrito run because there's no food.
Do we maybe want to wait till Auntie gets back? I don't want, like, if you want to.
I'll probably no. Do you want one? Because I'm gonna get one. I'll probably get one for Auntie. And do you want one, Zach?
I just miss her so much.
I know.
What was your favorite memory about it?
He puts his face on Cadmus's like on chest, and he uses it as like a towel.
Yeah,
Nice.
Munchies will go like, okay, I'll grab 2, 3, because food always makes everything feel better. 5.
Does it?
Yes, I'll grab like 5 dozen. I don't know. I'll see how much Jackie has right now, how much ingredients he has. Stick Munchies is like closing the door on Cadmus.
Cadmus will kind of look down and be like, I mean, kind of look at the joint and kind of give it back. Zach will be like, if it helps, I mean, there's this, if this does contain adrenochrome, like the appearance of adrenochrome is a deep violet, like hue of the chemical, so you could probably dye your hair the same color if you wanted to, or like I could probably distill it, and I don't know if she smelled like that, but maybe the smell would be nice.
It smelled so good.
Yeah, I bet it.
It smelled like lavender.
Like, what was the nature of your relationship? Like, because yeah, I didn't know you guys were that close. I mean, it's cool. Like,
she was so soft.
fair. I mean, like, what? How old are you? Like, you're like what? Like 20, 22, 16,
22.
22. Like, thank you. As Munchiez walks out, like 22. Like, yeah, man, you're 22 years old. I mean, the likelihood of the fact that relationship would have made it past any further than like a casual fling anyway was so unlikely. Like, there's so many other people you could meet. Like, I mean, it's fine to be upset and all, but like, are you upset at the fact that like she's gone, or are you just more kind of, is this like a self-pity thing where you think like it's, because I get it, like delusion's a big thing. Like, I remember my first breakup, and I thought it was a breakup. I found out she just kind of was, yeah, it was more of a business thing for her. But like, hey man, like, emotion's emotion. I get it. You'll be fine. Like, look at your mum and stuff like that. So like, she got all the tattoos and stuff. She's in her like 40s, I think, and like, she's getting action. You'll be fine as well.
What? He literally stops crying as he looks up at you, as snot is like pouring out of his nose. What?
See what I mean? Like, age is just a number. Like, in terms of like, once you're there, like you're 22, man.
My mom's hooking up with people.
Oh, it's just one person. And like, he seems to treat her right. Like, he saved us from getting kidnapped and stuff, apparently. I mean, I don't really, kind of just will take back the joint and smoke and be like, I don't really buy into the whole bullshit of us getting kidnapped, But like, either way, what I'm trying to say is like, you gotta look at it in the perspective of like, you've just entered adulthood. Like, you're 22. Like, you've had 1 year of experience of being an adult. Like, imagine
it
trying
was
to do
the greatest year of my life.
No, like, what was it like? I miss her too, but like, what is it about her that you miss so much? Like, I can guarantee you that it's gonna be all like shit that like it's easily explainable. Give me 3 reasons.
and he gestures towards like the photo, and you can see his fingers pointing right at her body.
Like, is this like a boobs or ass man sort of thing?
I was a virgin before I met her.
Oh, well, that makes perfect sense then. Like, if you lost your virginity to her, like, the likely, especially if she had adrenochrome in her hair and stuff like that, the amount of pheromone, come on, like, I guarantee, like, let's if we can catch Munchies, like, we can find you burritos, we'll find you some, like, like, you probably don't understand why this is hilarious, but the idea of finding a lady of the night for you in this context is hilarious. Trust me, you probably don't really get why it's funny right now, but in the future,
Sonia and I used to get burgers together.
Yeah, but we're getting burritos, man. It's time to move on.
I like burgers.
Well,
I loved her buns.
Well, all right, shit. Like, you know what? I'm trying to help it. I'll be honest, kind of like, and we've all been there. But if you write on paper right now, like, you know what? Like, you write down what good things there are about you and why she was into you, and I can guarantee, like, think about what she would want for you. She wouldn't want you crying like a little bitch. She want you getting some action. Be like your mum more. Like, she's got getting action. You can do it too. Follow mummy's example. Shit, I don't fucking know.
Speaking of the others, Munchies, as you step outside of the haven, I'd like you to roll wits and awareness.
Oh no, that's not something I'd like to hear. Man, I don't have enough for this. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is bad.
With only one success, would you
Yeah,
like to
yeah,
willpower or
that- Oh no, it's even worse.
2 successes? As you step outside, as you open that door, maybe listening to a little bit of what the hell's going on with the boys, having their little boy talk, and Zach wailing in the background. You open the door, and you feel this force kind of push inwards through that door, knocking you down in the process. As you scramble up to your feet, as this thuds of footsteps come to, you look up and you see a red-haired, half-naked individual by the name of Crazy Brick. As he looks down on you, he simply says, "Sorry about that. Didn't expect you to be right behind the door. Let me help you up, Munchkin," he says as he extends both of his hands.
Ah, shit.
Behind him, you would see a few other individuals. Some hooded, some... But all of them have... They don all colorful hairstyles. Crazy, colorful hairstyles.
Oh, Munchies will be very, very aware that Zach and Cadmus is there in the room. Munchies will actually just go, put on her fake smile, brightest smile, sweetest smile she ever has, and says, "Ricky, you came back for me," and just take his hand.
Of course I did. I thought we were gonna get a drink. You didn't return my call. I mean, you didn't call me or text me. I gave your friend a note, my number and an address, and I didn't receive anything, and I got worried. He says with he smiles with those yellow, rotting teeth of his. And as he says this, as you are helped up, you can see the individuals around him disperse out into the household. Quickly, you could tell that they are looking for something. They flip over furniture, they look through cabinets and whatnot. They even go into Cadmus's room, where they see, that chemistry table you have. One of the individuals says, "Hey, yo, Rick, I think we got some here." "Sure. Go ahead. I'm, entertaining our host."
Looking for something? Maybe I can help you find it.
Yeah. We were wondering, we were gonna have a little conversation in the car about this, but, you didn't want to come with, so now we're gonna have to do this the complicated way. Ava.
Ava in her mind, just damn it, Auntie.
Cadmus, I'd like you to roll wits and awareness.
Please, Cadmus. Munchies will, keep him talking. Rick likes to talk. Better willpower that shit, you.
2 successes. Would you like to roll willpower?
We got a child with us. Well, not a child. This is my bro. Oh my god, it's even worse. It's worse, Auntie.
With only 2 successes. Zach is completely, has captivated your attention. You guys are just talking bro stuff. He's getting a little too excited about Sonya right now, and he's bawling his eyes out. However, you do hear Munchies talking outside. You recognize her voice and a few thuds here and there. Maybe against the wall. You guys have thin walls.
She's probably like, right, kind of like push Zach off me and be like, listen, we were kind of like, we needed sad people's blood, not sad people's.
Come on, you should tell me about your first love too. This isn't fair.
Sure. I mean, it's probably not the same as. I mean, like, we get just depends what you classify as love, but like I was like, her name was Chic. She was dressed as a boy in a video game, and I don't know, it was the music. Munchies, hang on, I told you we're gonna set you up with a girl. And Cadmus will open the door and be like, yo, before we get burritos, do you reckon we could pick up some girls? And kind of just stick his head out and see.
As you open the door, you see a few thugs and Crazy Rick out in the living room.
This is hi.
There you are. What happened?
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna connect. We are gonna exchange information, maybe have a drink or two. I was expecting a little call, maybe even a text.
Well, shit, man. That's like, kind of like, I guess like he'll stick his head into like in the bedroom, and be like, see, this is an example of what you don't do. Like, it's only been like, how long's it been since we
You
left
see
the
him
car
put
park?
an arm around Munchies right now.
How long has it been since we left the car park? Like,
It hasn't been that long. Less than an hour,
man,
maybe.
you gave me your number like 45 minutes ago. Jesus Christ.
We're running on a tight schedule. You see,
Okay.
we're looking for something.
All right. What? And you think it's gonna be in my house?
He looks around. He gestures towards one of the individuals who nods at him approvingly. We heard you were friends with some thin-blooded bitch by the name of Sonya. Recognize she got purple hair.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. Rick, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And the cat was gonna shut the door and be like, Jesus Christ, man, he's gonna start crying like fucking crazy. God damn it.
Who's gonna start crying?
Fuck. Alright. You're looking for Sonya.
No.
Why?
Listen, oh my god. No, Sonya got us in trouble like a few nights ago, and that's all.
Why you look? You just
I don't know why.
I don't know.
They're looking for.
She has something of ours, and a little rumor from the grapevine says that she was with you last time she was seen. I mean, at the party.
we got into trouble with the anarchs. That's that what they're called? Anarchists? People?
I thought it was a knock thing because they were like ratting on us because of the drugs. Anyway, this is I'm gonna say Rick. And, like, Cadmus is gonna kind of sit and think for a bit. Like, I thought you were kind of cool, I'll be honest, but you kind of rocked into our place uninvited, like 45 minutes after giving your phone number. That's not really not really friendly. That's sort of like I thought we were friends, and now you kind of seemed like you're being a bit of a dick. This isn't very cool. Why did Munchies? Sorry, hang on. Did you invite them in? I'm sorry if that's the case. I might not be aware.
I'll grab us some beers. Just one moment, Rick. Just fine.
You're not going anywhere, Munchkin. I want you to be close to me, as close as possible. And as for you, Cadmus, he says, one of the dudes comes out of your room with Sonya's satchel in his hands. You better start talking, or bad things will happen.
Oh, fuck. You really were gonna kidnap us, weren't you? Fucking hell. I just gotta stop. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, Munchies. I misjudged you. What? So this is like an aggressive thing of bad
Where's
things
the
gonna
fucking
happen.
book?
Shit. What was I meant to say about the book? It's the eggs. That was it. That was the ed fact. Yeah, like you could replace roughly up to like 20 grams worth of, I think it was 20 grams of blood with egg, and that's why Auntie, I think, cooks so many eggs.
We already handed it over.
Okay. At that mention of that, the camera bounces back to Auntie in this moment as you drive past the back of the yards and you eventually make it nearby Brighton Park. But before you can get there, before you make that turn, entering that vicinity, that area, I need you to make a roll. Composure and drive, please. With only 2 successes, Auntie, you don't even see it coming as you turn the corner, pulling left. You see this black pickup truck just speed up and ram into the front of your vehicle as the vehicle tumbles on, not tumbles, but the car crashes onto yours, and you are carried by this velocity towards your right, and you are kind of tossed around. I imagine you have your seatbelt on, so you don't get knocked off or anything like that. But as this happens, you recognize one of the individuals that gets out of that pickup truck, and it looks like one of that Caucasian man with the tattoos all over his arms and bodies, wearing that S16 jersey. It's Gabe.
She gets out of the car, still I imagine recovering from slight concussion of the accident, but quickly trying to pull together her awareness as she sees him, very much tensing her muscles. I hope you're going to pay for that.
Yeah, you should know why we're here. And you see a black van kind of pull up behind.
Why is
See,
that?
little purple bird took a job from us, and well, we don't have what we paid her to do. So, I'm gonna make it easy for you. Tell us where our belonging is, or we're gonna do more than just that, he says, pointing towards your destroyed vehicle.
I don't know what you're talking about. And I'd be very careful who you threaten.
He gestures towards the other people. You see a few individuals step out of the van, same van that you was tailing you earlier. You see a man and two women kind of step out, all dressed the same in like these jerseys with the S16 logo on them. One of the girls has like a baseball bat she carries around, and they kind of surround you in this moment. Heard you like getting into a little into the boxing ring. Heard what you did about Big Papa too. What you did to him was very, very well done. She used you as a distraction, snagged the relic right under his nose, and then boom, kept it to herself. Really smart, but stupid. I'm gonna ask you again, Priscilla. You want to make this easy, or you want to take this the hard way?
You can see on Auntie's face that she wants to tell them to go fuck themselves and go out fighting, but she remembers Zach and the others, and even she's not sure she can take on all of them. I don't have it.
I figured you wouldn't. But you'd know where it is, wouldn't you? So, you gonna tell us, or we're gonna have to pry it out of your mouth?
I'm gonna give you the gift of telling you. You couldn't pry shit out of my mouth. Unless I wanted you to. It's at our home. And I want your guarantee that Munchiez, Cadmus, and anyone else in that home is not harmed. Because if they are, then we're going to have a problem. It's in a satchel, along with some of her other stuff. Little book. That what you're after, right?
He nods to that.
It's in the satchel.
He gestures to one of the girls, and you see her kind of texting on the phone. Good girl. Very good girl. Be seeing you, he says as he gets back into the pickup truck that was barely damaged.
Remember what I said? Not a hair on their head.
He gives you a very, very, slimy grin before he drives off. The van also pulls away, drives off, leaving you with your car. The front of it is completely kind of rammed into, and the front's left seat is kind of bent in all different directions as the metal is kind of just protruding out. And you would also notice that your front back wheels, the tires have been slashed.
How far is she from where she was heading?
Maybe a few blocks away.
Okay. She's going to start heading there. She's too far to go back now, and it looks like she might need the backup if they don't hold up their end of the bargain, as they weirdly don't seem particularly trustworthy individuals.
You make your way to the more lonelier side of Brighton Park. Lonely as in it's more secluded. It's desolate. It was, it can be a little bit compared to the industrial district you guys were just in. However, this is more residential. But in the ramshackle housings that are spread across this neighborhood, you would eventually find a few bikers kind of just driving around, making their rounds in their area. This is what they regularly do, keeping an eye out for their turf. One of these individuals has a leather jacket kind of dawned upon. You're wearing a leather jacket, and behind on the back of their leather jacket is an insignia of a skull on fire, and underneath that it simply says the Rovers. You would also recognize this individual to be part of Warren's crew, His long, kind of long hair, messy hair, his greasy cheeks. You could say that he's an old acquaintance of yours as he kind of pulls up, noticing you running in this direction. Hey, yo! Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
What can I say? I don't want to see your ugly mug again.
Collecting alimony, I assume?
I need to see Warren. Now.
The fox is a little busy. He can take a
Well.
message, though.
He better get unbusy real quick. It's about his son.
So it is about alimony. Child support wasn't enough.
I'm sorry, I told you what I wanted. This isn't a conversation.
All right. Hop on.
She gets on.
Good to see you, too.
Yeah.
Drive away alongside another biker. As that's going on, the camera bounces back to Munchiez and Cadmus. Munchiez? I believe you chose to omit the truth. I'd like you to roll manipulation and subterfuge. Cadmus, you would notice that they are flipping over beds, breaking down like walls, and trying to pry open vents to see if they can find the book.
I mean, like, it's kind of unnecessary. I'm happy to take one of you to, like, I'm just gonna have his hands up and be like, if like one of you want to go to my room, I can kind of like show you around. I'd really rather you didn't break all my shit.
I have a question. Would good looks work for this?
No,
Oh shit.
kind of a hostile situation here. One of the dudes kind of pipe up. Hey, shut the fuck up, SA.
Making me nervous. Do you mind if I have a drink? Do you mind if I just have a drink to cool my nerves and shit? Like, Cadmus will kind of like open up his jacket, showing the vials. It's like it's coffee and shit.
Hey, you better fucking put your hands up. Keep them hands up, buddy boy. Crazy Rick says as he hangs on to Ava. Tell us where the fucking book is. And we'll get out of your hair.
I mean, can I just have a drink, please? Just to calm myself? Shit.
You're making him more nervous, Ricky.
Yeah, man, I don't do well in these social situations.
Unless you
and stuff.
want to see him start vomiting, you.
Yeah, can I just have a coffee? Like, it's just like Cadmus will show his vials. Like, it's coffee, it's blood, it's coffee and blood.
Rick gestures for the individual next to you, and you see that individual just throw a right hook in your direction. Do you dodge?
Cadmus will actually take it to the chest instead. Like, he'll let it hit him in the stomach. And he'll fall down, like fall to his knees, double over, just coughing. Just oh shit.
Okay, since you're actively just gonna take it, I'll say you take 2 superficial damage, and you drop to your knees. And what do you do?
As I drop to my knees, Cadmus is gonna get like one of the glasses and just be like, "Oh fuck," and like get one of these vials, and well, at least try and drink from one of the vials.
Okay, what vial is this?
This would be one of the only ones since the night before that I knew how to make, which I brought Far Reach, which I brought to try and impress people that night.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what are you intending to? Well, actually, I believe it takes a turn to activate. As you take this vial up, drink it. Ava, you see this happen with your 4 successes. Actually, I have to roll Rick's insight here. And what exactly did you say to him?
We already gave it away.
Dude doesn't really have much insight.
Come on. No.
3 successes. Will he willpower? Yes, this is very important. Oh, the dice gods have spoken. 3 successes for Crazy Rick and 4 for Munchies. You see his grip kind of tighten on you just a little bit, Ava. But
yeah, like if it tightens, because like, you know, Ava's kind of scared. This is a terrifying situation. She will start babbling and say, "I didn't know, like it was something important. Like, how important was it? I'm sure we can get it back."
it's ours. That's all you need to do, sweetheart. That's all you need to know. It's ours and only ours. Now, tell me where the fuck it is before your dear boy here gets a little more kick me in the teeth, if you know what I mean.
No, it's one of those suit people Cadmus talked and had that whole transaction in the you know, the abandoned. Just a few hours ago, we were there. I didn't catch his name. I wasn't even aware it's a thing. It's just
Really? He turns towards Cadmus, still arm around Ava's neck in this moment. Not right, like he's resting it on your shoulder. But Cadmus, he looks towards you. I need a name, buddy boy.
All right. I'm guessing like I'm drunk, finished drinking it, and I'm kind of down on my knees still. All right. I'll tell it to you in the way like the way how we found it out. Knock knock.
You see his eyes kind of squint, his brows furrow. A joke.
No man, no jokes. Just knock. You'll see. Knock knock.
The dude next to you says, "Yeah, who's there?"
The Hound Wanaka. Yeah.
Who?
And as he says who, Cadmus is using far reach, going to grab one of the the knives from the kitchen where Auntie has been cooking, and just hurl it straight into like the guy's head. And as he says who, Cadmus doing his best Wanaka impression will be like, "We will ask the questions here," and hurl the knife at him.
Okay, I need you to roll far reach for me. I believe it's what's the roll for far reach?
It is resolve and
Resolve and alchemy. Okay. All right, let's see.
I'm scared.
don't fail this, man. Come on, I'm terrified here. I'm
I believe it also costs a rouse check.
Yes, it does.
When
I have the what is the thin blood feat? You know, I can't find it. That's better. I am at 2 hunger now.
Mm-hmm.
I will roll my far reach. So resolve my discipline, and I will willpower reroll.
Only 2 successes, bruh.
Oh boy.
Okay. With 3 successes, I'll give you this. He doesn't see that coming because of your performance. And as this knife flies off of the kitchen table and onto your direction, we as the audience see it as a slow motion situation where the knife is picked up upright and pulled towards the living room. However, it's very, very slow. it's just levitating in the air. It's not high velocity, and as it makes its way towards the living room, it kind of just like bounces off of the individual as it drops to the ground. Your far reach is still active. You can reach for it. I'll give you that. However, there was no real damage done to him. So what the fuck? He says as he rears back and throws you another right hook. This time to your face.
He said the name. He said the Hound Waneka. So go look for that person.
You take 2 superficial damage. Okay. Oh, also, I need you to roll manipulation subterfuge as you lied to Crazy Rick as well.
I did a knock joke. Would that count as
Yeah.
lying?
I mean, I'm happy to roll. I wasn't actually intending to lie. It was for the purpose of the like. If that's just
We can
Much as
argue
don't
it's
lie.
we can argue it's performance.
Okay. I'm happy with manipulation and subterfuge as well, but
Okay.
like, because even if he wasn't intending to lie, that's probably the most accurate roll that it is.
With only 2 successes, and he has got 3. He raises an eyebrow at that and he says, the hard way then. Boys. And they tear apart your bedroom, Cadmus. And the individual with you, the one that punched you in the face, is getting ready to punch you right back again. Unless you fight in this moment, both of you will start getting attacked.
Yeah, I'll absolutely fight back. Cadmus will direct the far reach at the guy that's trying to hit him and try and throw him up, like lift him up and throw him.
Okay, go ahead and roll your alchemy and resolve, I believe, versus his strength. And
is there enough
what is
time
that?
for me to rouse, or is that a whole other turn to rouse and then?
No, this is the next turn. This is the next turn. So you can rouse once again. You can rouse once per turn to increase your
Yeah,
dice
absolutely.
pool. Munchies, do you do anything in this moment? You can see that they're getting violent.
If they're getting violent towards me, I'm going to. Oh shit! I don't have anything about fighting. I'll. No, I had an idea. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start crying because this is a lot.
Okay, you're just gonna start crying.
I can't
I was
fight.
dealing with 2 crying
And-
people.
And I got like this face Ricky on my have me in his grasp. So if I try to do anything, I'll probably get hurt.
Okay, easy enough. All right, so go ahead and roll manipulation and performance to see if Rick has any empathy towards you.
How much is our rouse amount as a thin blood? Are we at just at +1?
Can I use my good looks for this?
Sure. Okay. All right, 5. Is that a crit? That's not a crit. Okay, 5 successes. All right, Cadmus, with those 5 successes, we see you. Well, what does this look like, Cadmus, as you use your far reach against the person that's about to punch you right in the face?
Cadmus will just kind of stick one hand out and then just launch. He's too injured right now to really think of anything witty or not trying to anything to say to try and distract himself from the pain. He just launches the guy. He's trying to aim him at Rick. But, I mean, I don't think it's really as with 5. It's up to you whether it's nuanced enough with 5 successes to hit it or not.
Dear God, I rolled 4 dice for him and he got 2 10s. Okay, but however, It's a tie. And ties go to the player. He has 5 successes. You also have 5 successes. Cadmus, you launch this individual into the air and up onto Crazy Rick. Now, you don't get many successes over him. There's no marginal, but for dramatic purposes, let's just say that you do. You launch him just as Munchies begins crying, putting a performance of her life so she can get some empathy points from the individuals around her. For a brief moment, we see some of the gangsters with Rick kind of turned towards Munchies, and you can see their eyes kind of soften, and they look like they want to comfort her. And Crazy Rick, of course, he loosens his grip as he says, "Oh, no, sweetheart, there's no need to cry. We're just here for the book, that's all." And as he says those words, body of this individual collides with him. They both get knocked down on the ground, freeing you from his grip, Munchies. It is also at this moment the door behind you, Cadmus, opens up, and you see, or you hear something be tossed into the air. Munchies, you see this happen, and you see that little vial kind of explode right onto the ceiling as it creates this smoke and fog. You feel a hand on your shoulder, Cadmus, as you feel it pull you out from where you're sitting or where you're standing, and you feel another hand on you, Munchies, as you feel another tug as well. The both of you are dragged outside as Crazy Rick and the others kind of coughing and struggling to breathe. Zach hears to us, the audience, as he kind of looks a little more serious this time. There's kind of snot covers his face, but you see him kind of save both Cadmus and Munchies in this moment, taking that opportune moment to make your way out. On the flip side of things, the camera immediately flips towards Auntie, who arrives at this seemingly abandoned location. It's a rundown house. It's decrepit. There's debris all around the yard, and there's a few of the same gangsters, or not gangsters, bike crew members, who wear the same leather jacket, the same symbol. Up inside, you see a very tall. Actually, I'd like you to describe him for us. What does Warren look like?
Yeah, he's very tall, very broad, very muscular, big arms. He's wearing like it's like it almost looks like a leather waistcoat. It's like a leather jacket, but the arms have been cut off. He has the sides of his head are shaved, but he has long hair at the top tied up into a high ponytail with like a messy mane behind. And he has like a long beard and mustache. And it looks like his hair's so long it kind of goes down to like the middle of his chest. Some of it is braided and it has like metal links woven in it. He has a scar across his eye, and he's wearing kind of like big metal boots and leather pants, kind of very like rough bikers wear. And the very familiar looking dark brown eyes.
You see Warren leaned up against this wooden wall. His arms are crossed, but he stands there observing his crew. And as you walk up, you see this confident smirk line his lips as he says, "Priscilla, long time no see." You're either here for two different things. Or one of those two different things. The first, you're asking for money. Or the second, came here for a good fuck. So which one is it?
If I wanted a good fuck, I wouldn't come here.
You can see the bikers around you kind of just cover their mouths in this moment as they try to turn away.
Why don't you send your pups outside so we can have a real conversation?
He gestures for one of them to. He gestures with a nod for them to kind of leave. A girl, maybe around mid-20s, wears a similar outfit to them, her leather jacket. Her hair is kind of shaped off to the side as well. Kind of puts on an arm around Warren, and she says, "Hey, boss, are you sure about this?" Warren just kind of nods. "Don't worry. This redhead here is my ex-wife." And they're all just kind of widen their eyes, and they disperse. Now, what do you want?
I need information. And our son's in danger.
That confident smile of his washes away at the thought of Zach being in danger. Whether the both of you know it or not, you have that lingering sense that your son is definitely in the midst of trouble. But before we can get to that, we'll end this episode here. Wow. Okay. Well, that was an interesting time, y'all. But yeah, let's go around the table to introduce ourselves once again as we end tonight's. Wow, it's already a third episode? That's crazy. Okay, cool. All right. I've been. I forgot my name. Wow. I'm Lou, and I have been the storyteller for this chronicle called Magnum Opus.
I'm Joel, and I'm playing Cadmus, the very bruised alchemist.
I'm Hayley, and I've been playing Auntie P with a sordid past.
I'm Rena, and I've been playing Munchiez, also known as Ava, and I am a great actress. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, join us again next week for the episode 4 of this chronicle. Once again, this has been Magnum Opus. So yes, bye.
Peace.